Galileo Galileo Magnifico.
Galileo was born on February 15, 1564 in Pisa in the Duchy of Florence, Italy. His parents were named Vincenzo Galilei and Giulia Aminati. He was the first of 6 children. At age 10, he started his formal education at Camaldolese Monastery in Vallombrosa. At age 19, he entered the University of Pisa to study medicine. He soon became fascinated with physics and mathematics. This college exposed him to the Aristotelian view of the world, which was the Roman Catholic Church's view, and they also happened to be the leading scientific authority. After 2 years, he dropped out due to financial difficulties before earning his degree. After a stint in college, he continued to study mathematics, supporting himself with minor teaching positions. Soon, he wrote and published The Little Balance, describing the hydrostatic principles of weighing small quantities. This gained him a teaching position at the University of Pisa when he was 25. While he was teaching there, he produced his manuscript De Moto, on motion, with that he conducted his fabled experiments with falling objects, and it also happened to go against the Aristotelian views. He, with his work, became arrogant, and that happened to leave him alone and jobless. In 1592, his contract was not renewed.
We could believe what Galileo wrote about, the law of falling bodies, or we could see if it's true for ourselves. So instead of reading about it in the textbook, let's find out golf ball or bowling ball, which is going to hit the ground first. So let's get a little 5-second countdown. And Bryce, if you might do. Yeah. Okay. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
He found a job teaching geometry, mechanics, and astronomy at the University of Padua, which was very lucky because he had to take care of his younger brother, Michelangelo, because his father died. At age 36, he met Marina Gamba, a Venetian woman who bore him 3 children, Virginia, Livia, and Vincenzo. Fear of financial issues and, of course, ruining his social standing because it was obviously looked down upon to do what he did. He never married the woman. He did, however, enter the girls in a convent, and he eventually did legitimize Vincenzo's birth, who became a successful musician. Now, he had an 18-year tenure at the University of Padua, and he became increasingly popular and attracted a following. In 1604, he published the operations of geometrical and military compass. Also that year, he developed the universal law of acceleration. He believed the Earth and planets revolved around the Sun, which challenged the doctrine of Aristotle and the Church. In 1609, he learned about a simple telescope built by Dutch eyeglass makers. He decided to try and develop his own, and he sold it to some Venetian merchants before he decided to point it at the sky. In 1610, he published The Starry Messenger, revealing his discoveries that the moon is not flat and smooth, but has mountains and crevices and craters. Venus has phases like a moon, proving it revolves around the sun, and Jupiter has revolving moons. Now, the Copernican theory is the planets revolve around the sun. Galileo supported this and began to pile evidence that supported it, but it went against the Church. He published his Discourse on Bodies in Water, which stated that objects float in water because of its weight in relationship to the water and not because of the flat shape, also against the views of the Church. In 1616, Galileo wrote a letter to a student telling him to explain how Copernican theory did not contradict Bible passages. This was found out, and he was ordered not to hold, teach, or defend in any manner the Copernican theory. He listened to the Church for 7 years because he was a devoted Catholic, but also to make his life easier. In 1623, his friend Cardinal Maffeo Barberini was selected as Pope Urban VIII. He let Galileo pursue work on astronomy and publish it. With that, he published Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems, a discussion among 3 people, one who supports Copernicus's heliocentric theory of the universe, one who argues against it, and one who is impartial. He was sent to Rome after the book, and Inquisition proceedings lasted for little under a year because they could sense that he was obviously biased in favor of the Copernicus's heliocentric theory of the universe. He was treated with respect, but in an effort to break him, he was threatened with torture. He finally admitted he had supported Copernican theory. He spent his remaining years under house arrest. He didn't listen to the rules of visitors or publishing works, however. He wrote one final book, The Two New Sciences, a summary of his life's work on the science of motion and strength of materials. He died on January 8, 1642. Some other days, 1758, a ban lifted on Copernican theory. 1835, there was a dropping opposition to heliocentrism altogether. 1992, John Paul II expressed regret about how the Galileo affair was handled.